Welcome back. Want to ride at over 200 miles an hour down the Mulsanne Straight in a Ferrari, driven by this man, Wayne Taylor? You've got it.
So we're coming into the beginning of the straight at the Le Mans pre-qualifying. We come through the chicane here onto the leading straight in second gear. We'll go up third, fourth, and then way past the end of the fifth straight grandstand. We'll go into fifth for a very short period of time and brake very hard between 200 and 100 meters and change down to second gear. It's very, very tricky through this S-bend. Come out, short shift to third gear, up to fourth gear, and flat down the hill. Hard on the brakes into third, change down, big bump on the left, turn through the S's almost flat out, into fourth, and keep your foot in it. Brake hard, turn right, just try and get into the apex. You're now getting onto Tête Rouge, coming into the fastest part of the circuit. Fourth gear, fifth gear, and I'm sure you'll be able to see the light come on at the top of the dashboard, which is indicating that we're way over the revs onto the rev limiter. Probably doing something like 318 kilometers an hour at this point. Very, very fast, as you can see, and coming into the braking area, brake somewhere between 200 and 100. Into second gear, very hard over the bump, turning left very, very sharp, and the short shift to third gear. And we now get up onto the second fastest part of the track, which is also on Mulsanne. This in the past was a straight run without chicanes on either side. As you can see, you'll see on the dashboard the red light will come up fairly shortly, indicating we're at maximum speed and revs, which is around 320 kilometers an hour. Again, it'll be braking between 200 and 100 meters, very, very hard. Into second gear, try and hit the apex, try and turn as fast as you can into the right-hander. Short shift to third gear, because if you put the power down too fast, you're liable to light up the tires and put you in the barriers. And then it's again up the gearbox, fourth gear, fifth gear, and as we hit the famous rise at the end of the Mulsanne Straight, come over, car becomes very, very light, and brake hard into fourth gear. A lot of bumps going in here, down to second gear. Very hard corner, very important corner because it determines your speed once you get down to Indianapolis. Again, through the gears, third gear, fourth gear, and fifth gear just before the first fast flat-out right-hander. We are doing down here somewhere about 310 to 315 kilometers an hour, also flat all the way down these two very, very fast right-handers. Brake into fourth gear, down to third gear, hard on the gas again through Indianapolis. Brake very hard, second gear to negotiate this left-hander. Come out, tail moves around a little bit. Up to third and back down to second gear for Arnage. Very, very slow corner. Come out a little bit opposite lock. And again, up the gearbox, third, fourth, and fifth. And this is where we're coming up into the Porsche curves, which is probably the fastest part of the circuit in the car in terms of cornering speed and G-forces. We come up here in fifth gear, change down hard to fourth, gradually pick up the throttle and gently feed it through here, trying to stay flat as much as you can. Just a little lift on the left-hander, back on the power, slight lift, back on again. As we get the right-hander, we can now go flat all the way through this right-hander. Gets a little nervous on the exit, one gear down, third gear back to fourth, and short shift into fifth gear. And now we're coming up to the entrance of the pit in, and back hard on the brakes to negotiate this little S in second gear. Feed the back down to first gear, into the S, and get ready for another lap.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Thanks to the Doyle Rissy team for helping us with that shot. And